Okay. All right. Well, we might have a few looking for us. All right. So I got to get used to looking to the other side. Okay. All right.
My kid is teething and he's not happy.
What's not happy?
Oh shit, hang on. I changed it to private, so we need to um,
Do I do that in the edit?
I'm gonna change it right now.
Okay.
Because right now no one can fucking join.
Oh, well, that would explain why it's kind of a slow start.
All right. All right.
You want me to redo the start thing?
Yeah, go ahead and because no one can watch this yet. So
Okay, I think we're good now.
okay.
All right. Let's see if anybody comes to join us. So typical. Right when I start the live stream, the market rallies all the way back.
Yeah, my kid is teething us, so he is
Eighth and
not
T.
happy.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Are you
He
getting?
is screaming.
Oh.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, she's watching.
Hey guys, there's a few joining us. Eighth and T, Devin, Mark, Akini's hype. All right, guys, we're a little bumpy start to the day, but we'll get rolling here very shortly. We say 11:30 ish for the start time. A little bumpy. James' opening line is "ugh." Yeah.
Yeah, alter.
Oh, I can hear.
BRT, and it's just ugly market right now. While we're doing this, if you would, I just sent you a link. If you'll open this up.
You sent it in my
and
Discord?
then-
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, open this up on your, to turn off the disclaimer, and then
Yeah.
I want to talk about this for a second.
Let me just get it live. Okay, I got to bring that over here and then turn off the disclaimer. All right, there it is. All right, since this is your baby, why don't you talk about this?
Yeah, so anyone watching is available to join this, and basically it's a PHEMEX trading competition, and there's, let's see, about 31 hours left, a little bit more, a little over a day to join. And basically just we've got a specific channel in our Discord that's going to have, how to join, of course, but then also it's got a Bitcoin channel and an alts channel. There's 38 pairs that we're going to be able to trade, and so it's going to be fun because we're going to be live streaming, kind of like we do here with alts, but it's going to be.
Are you gonna live stream on your Wednesday live stream? You're gonna do kind of go
maybe. I know I'm going to be doing it inside Discord, so anyone with the PHEMEX competition roll channel is going to be able to watch me live trade.
Oh,
and
good.
Basically stalking entries, I guess. And I mean, I've got 2 accounts in it, and so one's more of a swing account, and one's going to be a scalp account that's going to be a little bit more degen style. And so what's good about this is normally we do, they've got like Bitcoin only, so you're sitting there just banging your head against the desk waiting for something to happen, or you're taking unnecessary risks and not waiting for the actual correct setup to come. And so what's good here is you've got 38 things you can trade. And so if Bitcoin's not doing anything, or not an area you want, then you go to something else. You look for something else and different things to trade. So I'm really looking forward to it. We've got, let's see, right now we've got 45 people. I'm looking to try to get at least 50.
Nice.
So we've got a little over 24 hours to get 5 more. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be trading within the Discord, and there is going to be, like I said, a Bitcoin alts and a video channel where we're all just basically trading together.
Nice.
And it's a $200 entry. So, I mean, that's basically a month of EDU, and I guarantee you're going to get more out than 1 month of just educational. So if you're on the fence of, I don't know if I should join educational, this is going to be put $200 in your PHEMEX account and try it out. And, if you make money.
Is it educational only that gets access to your stuff?
No. It's actually, free.
So all three,
all they have to do
free
is join.
Social and edu can watch what you're doing?
Yeah. So actually,
that's
only
a bonus.
OGs are able to watch what we're doing if they're not in. If you're a member of Trade Devils, you don't even get to view this channel unless you're part of it.
Ah, nice.
Because this is above and beyond what we promised as far as teaching you to become a trader. So what I don't want is people just lurking.
Yeah, taking every
part,
trade.
because a lot of it is, essentially just, you have to, a lot of people are scared to do this, I guess, but $200, you're going to learn a lot. So just for me, take part, and $200 entry. And, hopefully worst that comes out of it is you blow up your account of $200. And that was basically a month of, educational, but we're going to learn a lot. I'm going to share essentially all of my trading secrets, I guess, or what I do.
God, what a deal.
So,
okay, cool.
Anyway.
All right, good job. That should be fun. I'm battling the allergies today. All right, so this can go. Let me put this over to a different monitor. All right, so, we got 35. Okay, guys. So just a reminder, I think probably a lot of members here, but we've opened this so we don't alternate asset classes, so it's wide open both days. Anything that members are interested in, they'll post up here, and it's not so much that I'm correcting, it's more comments. Or if I see something that might be worth discussing, you'll hear me, gravitate to that. A lot of these members that are posting here, it's a good mix. So we have some very sophisticated traders here, and what they're posting you'll recognize right away. Then we have a lot of people that are new to us, and they're posting and going through that learning curve. So a little bit there's some accommodation to their current level of skill, and maybe some feedback I can offer to them. That's part of it. We always encourage people to post regardless of their skill level. If they've joined us as either social or educational, they can post. I just want to see some indication of why you like it, right? So the premise for anyone who's not a member of Trade Devils and is watching here, well, one, you get a feel for how we approach the markets. You get a feel for how we teach. But I mean, what's built into this is you've got this collective mind share of, I don't know how many we got, 400 or 500 members here that are all approaching the market in with the same technical lens, if you will. So the setups here will be very consistent with things that you've seen me teaching for the last 3 years, because that's what they're posting here. Now, it's interesting to start out here with Grant F, because this is his trademark kind of an approach. He's very consistent. Every setup that he brings to us and he posts here, I would encourage you to heads up on this if you're looking. So here's PayPal with this has become his signature. So we have an Elliott count here. So we've got an impulse. We've got a 3-wave correction with some nice targets down here. And then what he does is where he can, because you can't always do this, of course, he builds in a harmonic to it. So if I can find it, or I should say if he finds this kind of fib swing relationship, then that's just one more confluence point. So as it sits right here, he's drawn out the roadmap that he's after. Now, if you look at it here, you can make a case, hey, we could be done there. And it's what he's doing here that's very smart, because is it done? We could be done here, right? You don't know for sure if this thing takes off. Right now, it looks like 4, and we come down for the 5, and then you get that technical confluence that's so good, Often I will suggest not sitting here with a limit order. Now, there are times if the risk is small here where that's not a bad thought, because there's so much confluence here, you can get just the reaction. So if you got that, then you can quickly adjust your stop, right? So you might, I don't know that I'd be to break even that quick, but I might cut it in half. Just because at that moment in time, if you get a reaction here, the premise is the market is reacting to that technical confluence. So the earlier you can get it, but as he's done here rather nicely, because he's an experienced trader, so he's saying, hey, if I get a little piece of it here, okay, good, I nailed the turn. But that's not really what I'm after. What I want to get is a confirmed 5 here, right? Could be a diag, could be an impulse, but a 5 that comes off of that big 3. So a piece of it here, this is a little bit of the hero swing where you're trying to get the turn. But it makes sense, right? You can see the congestion here. Potentially, you'd have a pivot reaction here. An algorithm's going to react here. We don't even have to wonder about that. Now, just because there's an algo there doesn't mean they can't break. But this is a very high probability setup. But what I like about this, and this is actually one of the first times I've seen him do this, he's playing a smaller percentage of it here. Take the ride here if you get it. Of course, the first assumption is because you can just look, there'll be a couple of targets. Every one of these pivots, I should probably pull this out of here. Just put it off for a second. Every one of these prior supports will be a potential rejection spot. So this would be the most obvious one. So if we get up here, you could anticipate the market likely, people that are long here will be tempted to take profit. Those that are weak longs, the slightest little pullback will hit their stops because they'll be trailing very tightly. So it kind of sets up the broader count. If I get a 5 and then I come back into a 3 and I get into this technical zone, now he's going for the 50 here, and I'm guessing that's tied to this pivot. So the prior resistance, if we get above it, now potentially for the support. So it's very, very well thought out, right? Grant's a deliberate trader. So there's a full trading plan in here. So the pop here on a small percentage of it, get the retrace. You can be 50 or 618, either one of these would be acceptable. Again, not necessarily the whole boat here. You could go for a little more. Do I get a reaction? Then I could start to add. Looks like he wants to go hard here. My only thought would be I might do it this way. So I might, if I don't get it at the 50, if it goes a little bit lower, I'm not freaking out that okay, we're going to go golden zone here. Well, of course, right? Why wouldn't you? If we go golden zone here, high probability you'd get golden zone here. So that's a little bit of trader's discretion based on how aggressive you are, based on how clean that 5 is, how clean the 3 is, assuming you get that. You might go heavier here, or just stagger in as it responds to what's happening here technically. So this is great setup, perfectly. Now it's not there yet. So you're at 187. He's trying to get it at 186. Sometimes you got to do a little of the math here, right? And say, well, hey, if it's done, if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're done, for an extra $15. If I was iffy here, I didn't want that to run without me, I might go over to the option market and pick up a call just in case we don't get that last thrust down, just in case if you really wanted to be here, because the potential, if this is 1, this is 2, we're going into the 1 of the 3. Right now, PayPal. So you start thinking, well, shit, could PayPal do that? Well, they're certainly well positioned to take advantage of any ongoing bull trend that maintains in crypto. I don't think we're. Oh shit! The mainstream media probably says crypto's crashed, but this is well set up to take advantage of that. So if you think about, oh my God, so could we really be going up to these kind of levels in the $400 or $500 for PayPal? I wouldn't bet against it. I wouldn't be shorting here. Not so. When would you short? Not until it breaks, right? If we come down here and we do break this, where's the short? It's not to chase that. It's to wait for the retrace. Look for that, right? Now, is that probable? That would be surprising, all right? But we've got crazy shit going on, not just in the markets, but across the world. So something like that, don't be cavalier about, oh shit, it's not going to break that. All right, money management is ultimately your most important discipline. So that's just a typically very solid setup with a trading plan from Grant F, right? So on the watch list, if you guys are looking for trads. All right, now I got them a little wonky here because as I was telling Monty, I made the mistake of updating some drivers today, and one of my graphics card didn't like it. So I'm minus a couple of monitors. So hang on while I kind of adapt here. Okay, so next up, how do I say that? Yeah. Oh, okay. Ya boy DYL. That's how I say it. Ya boy DYL. Okay, so I think he's a new member, right? Okay, so let me grab that link. Let's see what you're up to here. All right, so let's see. First, did he get the? Yeah, he did. Okay, good job. So we got that came over properly, and we are looking at what are we looking at here? NIO. Do I know? I don't think I know NIO. All right, let's take a look here. So a new member coming in, and looks like he's done some study of Elliott Wave here. So we've got, so what are you thinking here? So, well, okay, so first note is here, we are in log scale. So duly noted here by that, which makes sense with our range here from $1 to, what was our high up here? 60, 70 bucks. I'm going to move that. So my guess is he's noting this here as iffy, right? So look at the 4 to the 5 here of the internal count relative to the 1. Now, with the extension in the 1, that's not a bad thought that we could have been done there. It doesn't look like there's great detail in that. Oh, shit. We're in a 3-day. Well, just little things, right? This is just force a habit. I always do this. Wick off the 1s. All right, these kind of frame the thing. 3, 4, 5. That looks good, right? So everything's here. Just there's no detail there. So let's try the daily. 1, 2. Can we get that done? 1, 2 is there. Well, let's go down a little bit. Let's go down to a 4. Well, that's a shaky finish. Well, this bit looks well. We're going to truncate this. Looks like we might have to. Looks like you got a good candidate for a 2. Kind of curious here. There's the golden zone. So why, right? This would be non-traditional Elliott. Why are you pulling from the lower? Because the algo doesn't care about any of this. It's going to go dominant to dominant, right? What do? Golden zone. Right, so I've got something here. Right, so we come right into it. You see the congestion at first target. They get third here. So, okay, so we've got a technical pivot here. Oh, Jesus, can we go 1, 2? I don't think we want to. So you're gonna truncate here because that's all wick. There's the candle close. Oh, shit. Let's go. Just because this will change the count. Let's go to a 30-minute. See if that can get done at all. Where is it? Can we get that done? Or are you going to have to do it? I can't say I like that. Maybe that's all you've got to work with, because what comes off of this is such a clear 5. I think you're just kind of stuck with a shit finish. It's already a little iffy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, so I understand why he put the line there. Right, so well done. It looks like he's watched a few of these. So well done, right? So this is iffy. So in other words, if you get into trouble here, you're going to be back here thinking, is that an expanded B, right? With the potential for the 4 coming over here. That's what my first thought is here as I go back to the daily. Hang on one sec. I got to turn the heat.
NIO's like the Chinese Tesla.
Sorry, God, I had the mornings here are freezing, and then it gets hot as hell in the day. Okay, so let's see about an alternate here. So the thought would be that the 4 is over here. So if this is A, B, looks like we could do it this way. So if we're not done here, let's look at a couple of things here. So the first problem we have is we're going into a 1-2 here. Can we get this? Can this get done? So it occurs to me we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse, sorry guys, I don't want to cough into the microphone. A lot of muting going on. This looks like to me like I'd want to check here. It could, right? So sharp sideways. That's my first thought. Since I can't finish that, I can't get a good finish here. Okay, well, what would we actually be doing is these would be going higher. So we'd be still trying to complete this impulse. I like the 1-2. Okay, I'm just going to do this on the fly because I think we can not. I'm just your boy DYL. It's not that I'm saying that you're incorrect. I'm just going to on the fly here throw out an alternate based on what I'm seeing here. So could we have something else going on here? If this is 1-2, could we get a 3 in here? 4 in here. 5. All right, so just right off the bat, so immediately I want to check the geometry. Pretty good on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have to have a big extension here, but it looks to me like you've got to do this as 1, 2, 3. So this would go to a WXY. You get solid framing now as we go outside of it. So let's. So it looks like we could do a WXY there. Oh, God damn it! Come here. WX seeking the Y into the 4. Oh, let's look what we got here. So let me just pull this off a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to dig in there. I see what you're doing. Okay, so could we have a WX? Well, we're far enough there. Do we get 3 here? Well, we'd have to do this as an ABC. We might have a double here. That's 5. This is C. That's a W. A. That's already kind of fucked. W. You'd have to do it as an ABC. So let's for something just an alternate to consider. So we're at 618. So I might be looking down here for that 4. Now let's pull this back out and see how that looks. Now, note here I'm pulling from the proposed 1, 2, if this is the 3, right, from the Elliott perspective, right, how do we look here for the possible 4 to come in here? Oh, it looks like you'd have to do the internal count. I like your 1, 2, looks like 3, 4, 5 is a possible candidate. Let's put that in light blue or green. So I like the alternation here a little bit better. So there's a little bit of support. Looks like some structure right here. But it looks like we'd have to go into an A, B, C to finish that. So just for an alternate, and your boy DYL, just put this in the mix so that you guys, so of course, keep your current count that you posted here, but I would throw in an alternate so you're prepared for it. And you may have already done that. This may be you posting your primary. Wouldn't surprise me. I've done the same. And then look for this to complete an ABC. So I think we can get it done with that last 5. So we'd have to do it this way. Looks like A, B, working on that C, and let's dig in there. Are we done there? 1, 2. Following that exactly. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you got us being done there. This is. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way around that. 1, 2. Well, let's check the internal. So this is just exactly what I'd do if I was bringing this up the first time. That's pretty good rip for the 3. So this would have to go up a degree. Let's go micro. Ah, shit, I hate to get stuck here. Looks to me like this would be a candidate just for an alt, right? Not that one's better or worse than the other, just an alt for you to consider. Anyone else who's in this, that's a bit of a yeah, you can get it done, right? So we have the diag. The 3 is a little iffy. So where are we relative to that? If that's going to hold as the 1, 2, and this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 of that, so we'd be pulling from here to here, just shy of the 50. So here's the alternate count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to go up a degree. We'll go to here we'll put it in yellow. Just as an alternate, right? That's the internal. Right, this could go either. That's you could call it, right. You could work with that as a 1, 2, 1. You may have a 5 in there it's decent, right? So if this is easy to invalidate, right? So this alternate here, if you break this, well, you'd be paying attention here, right? So the 1 would be at the golden zone. So 1, 2. This is the part that's making this is tough. 1, 2. Unless we've got a no, that's a 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So okay. So I'm good with the 1, 2. 1, 2 candidate here. 3, 4. Now we could do it this way, right? So this could be an A wave. We could have an A, B, and a C. Now we're getting pretty beefy here with regards to the 4. If the 4 were to do that, now 4 relative to the 2, even though that's a fairly big 2, you're getting pretty beefy on that 4, and that's really, you don't want a 4. Ideally, you don't want a 4 go beyond the 50, even though it does happen. This would be, I think, I'd be watching this one here. I like to me, I like it lower. So if this is going to come down here, let's get rid of that. Ideally, this would be your 4, right? And you'd have to squeeze an ABC in there, but you could get another kick up, double top that. So you'd have to be doing A, B, looking for that C down here of the Y. I guess that'd have to go up. And then how would we look? Well, we looked at that 100. So this is where I would leave it. So you got 2 counts, 1, which I would absolutely keep your count, and then I would just always, a lot of times what I'm doing here is just proposing an alternate for you to consider. So if one gets invalidated, you got a backup plan. Let's go back to a 4-hour. It looks better with this count. Well, that would work, right? So you come right down here, you get the algo target here. If we get the WXY, it comes in here for the C, for the 4. Oh, I suppose you'd have a pretty decent trend line here. If it goes that low. Now you'd have to double this, but it's hard to do that in log. So just visually, I can see that's about the same. I kind of like it down here. That's where I'd be looking. So you're working off of all. So you'd be essentially interpreting it as this way. All right. So we have big pump off the low, very sharp correction. Right. They can't get to new lows here. Monster rip follows. Now a nice sideways 4 to pop out of there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sure looks like that's potentially teed up. So we're both looking at the bull side. I think that's just an alternate to keep in the back of your mind. But your work was very good. That's great first post. Very good. So I'd split the screen side by side, have one count on one side and one on the other, so you're ready for wherever you get the next technical pivot, you're ready for it. So very nice job for your first post. Well, very well done. Okay, let me keep moving here. So, okay, Sign Salazar, Moderna. Save us all, your only hope. Okay, so, all right, sign there with me. Let me get your link up here. So what do we got here? Moderna. Okay, I'm going to copy that. All right. Working the daily. Okay, that looks pretty. Well, let's pull back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like to hear it. Looks like that's WXY. So ABC, X, ABC. Looks like what you got there. 1, 2. Probably look at this in from 11 to 500. Yeah, you got to look at that in log. So that's the one adjustment I would make here. Now, this is, what are you doing there? All right, so this is your, all right, so I'm going to just hide a few things here. Hang on. Come here. So I'm just going to hide that so I can dig in there a little bit. Okay, can that be the 1, 2? Yeah, I can. 3, 4, 5. So I like the 1, 2. I'm guessing you measured here. So WXY into the 4. I like that. 1, 2. No, I can't see it. Let's hide that. Okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that looks solid. So I like the trend lines here. It's good work. Okay, so you're gonna have to put your 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a, it's too bad. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got an A, B, C here. So you're stuck with the diag because of the overlap. All right, that's all right. We can accommodate that right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks like that's beyond the golden zone, actually. Oh, it's not. Oh, that's good news. Log scale. Throw off your judgment here, so if I take it out of that. There we go. So in arithmetic, it's good. All right, let's stay in log. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more down. Looks like you're waiting for that A down here, so that looks nice. So expecting the B, golden zone, good spot for it. So you got a clear area up here where you'd anticipate some resistance. Now it's a lot to project the 3 and the 5 to follow. That's a lot. But that does not look like a 1, 2. So this looks quite good, right? So this is going to be on your radar for quite some time. Giving that time frame now, right? So you want to look at some of these lower pivots. See how do we do here? Let me get that. Let's go to. Okay, just so I can see a little better. Okay, so if this is just straight algo, remember algo doesn't pay attention to Elliott count. So just dominant to dominant, right? We've come down to the 50. So the 5, so this actually looks quite good. So the 5 coming down here to the golden zone would just be ideal. Big ask, right, to project, oh, I'm going to get a big 3 here, and it's going to go right into the B. So I would probably not be doing much here, God damn it, until I got here. Well, now, there's nothing wrong with trading the correction, right? Because how do you know? That could easily be 1, 2, 3. You don't know. Oh, and then you could probably, the biggest, if you come down here, how are you going to do that? How are you going to get that to be done? WX, right? That would be the alternate here because this is pretty solid 1, 2. Well, here we got a measure in there. Let's just take a peek at that. All right, I don't want to be too cavalier about this, so let's just take a look here. All right, so we're long enough here. So this could be 1, 2, 3. Fuck, that's a pain in the ass. You got an overlap there. That's inconvenient to your count, but you got to deal with it. So there's the clear overlap. So we can't get an impulse in there, sadly. So we got to go ABC, which would, well, that's actually a good example, right? So this is good Elliott in here. Now, this will piss you off, right? So if you're in this and you're thinking, oh, God damn it, I want that to be done here. So it's forcing this interpretation, which it's a love-hate kind of thing because you look at this and you say, oh, come on, there's a 5 there. God, I never get that fucking thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. fuck, why I can't call it that, right? So I can't be bullish here. Well, you know, you either embrace it or you fight it. If you're embracing Elliott Wave here as part of the cornerstone of your methodology here, it forces you into this being corrective because you cannot call that an impulse. So you're stuck with this right now. Again, love it or hate it. I would tell you that's more a blessing than a curse, that it's forcing you to think that way. So gotta be the 3 here per the count as it's currently labeled. You're stuck with that giant 4, which is not particular. As I was just saying, with the exception of a diag, you don't want a 4 to go that far. Certainly not in an impulse. So it creates the more probable outcome here that you might truncate or double bottom here, but it's forcing that count. So of course there's an algorithm target down here. His are a little harder to see. Let's see if I can. Fuck here. Hang on a second. This is his right here. So if I go. I want mine here. Let's go to. Okay, so if we come back into this, right into here, now, all right, so the short is already come and gone, left the train. So you're coming down here towards this target. Now, you know you're going to have an algorithm here participating, and you've got boy, this is a juicy structure down here. Right? You know there's going to be a reaction there right on the edge of all of this volume. So for that to come down here and finish that, now so I guess that's a long-winded way of getting to, don't shy away from this as a trade you could take right here, right? You're still in sync with the broader count. So 1, 2, fuck, nothing says that couldn't go impulsive. Right? Market does not have to follow. There's no requirement. Oh, well, it must do a 3 now. It's just what you'd be looking for is something impulsive here. If it's going to be part of the ABC, we got to get a 5 here. So how do you know? So when it's right here, how do you know that that's not 1, 2? All right? You don't. That's the bitch of it, right? So you don't. So how? What we'd have a swing, we'd have a retrace. Why couldn't that do that? Right? No reason that it couldn't. But in the broader context, now, are you shorting there? Well, it's not a bad thought, right? Because everybody else, see, when the market's doing that, what is retail thinking that doesn't even know that algorithm is there? Right, now, maybe they pay attention to the structure here, but they're dying to go get that to a new all-time high, right? So this is not a bad place to be looking for a short, because everybody else will be looking on the long side, right? They don't know that that's a target there. Vast 99% of the trading public knows nothing, despite the fact that many people teach it. They won't know it's there. Right? So where's the better risk reward, right? So if you're sitting right there, where's the better risk reward? Shorting it or trying to long it right into that? Right? It's not only is it going to break those stops, it's going to break those stops, it's going to break those stops. It's just going to keep going. Well, it is Moderna, right? So, could. Really? So I'd be looking for the long here. It's consistent with the count. If you get something technical, again, this just juicy structures, all looks good. But if you got up here, I certainly wouldn't be adding to the longs on the idea I had 1, 2, and I was going into the 3, right? And that would be a terrible place to be longing. Pretty good looking short, though. A, B. Now, what do we get? Here's his roadmap, right, into the C. Looking for a pretty big swing down. Let's put that in white so we can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, that's a lot to project. Hang on. Yet to have a day where I don't forget to turn that off. So that's how I'd approach that. I think you got this interesting long, this an interesting long, this an interesting short, all in the context of the being forced into this being corrective or part of a correction. So that's good stuff. Sine salad. Did I say that? Sine? I'm not sure how to say that. But boy, here, just bring it over. Wow. If you got the opportunity down here, that's where, well, you could think of it this way, right? You got a big battle here between a couple of algos. Well, so even if you just took the Elliott out of it here, just based off of the support and resistance, right? You're better to buy the low and sell the high than to do the opposite. Oh, it's going to break, right? At technical pivots, right? Because that's what retail will do because they don't know it's there. Okay, guys, let me keep moving. That's good post there, Sign Salazar. Okay, James M. Bringing me back to GRT. Gotta love his commitment to this project. You gotta love it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see what GRT is looking like. Oh, I'm in long term here, James. I'm not really sweating it. So you want me to look at top left? Okay, so I gotta copy that. Okay, so let me pull out here a little bit. Okay, so we're still looking at the leading diag, which all looks quite solid. Like we've been through this a couple of times, so I won't do that again. This all looks quite solid, right? You've got all the conditions necessary. So ideally you'd have the 5, right? This would complete closer to the trend line here, but markets aren't perfect. Don't expect them to be. It's not that you won't see it, right? When you see that, then it's all the better. But this, and my guess is he was thinking that, right? That there was some sort of idea that we're going to do that, right? I think we've been looking at this long enough. It was before the sell-off, right? I think that was the thinking here. That we'd gone into an A, B, and we're going up for the C. Now you have the requirements here. 5 is longer than 3, but you don't have the ideal geometry here. So down into I guess we live with that 5, A, B, C into the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like one more down. So complete invalidation if we break this low. He's absolutely right about that. So let's bring this down over here. So I guess the reason he's posting here is because if this count is going to hold, you're right in the buy zone down here. We got this. So you see what he's got here? We've just tagged the algo target, which looks, oh shit, which looks like it's tied to, where are you pulling that from? You're pulling from swing here. Okay, so no, where are we getting that from? What is this tied to? It is tied to that. Why do I not see what's there? Here, I'll just do it myself. What do we got here? So this to the 50. There's, oh, so you've got a second one in there. That's what it is. So let me get mine off of there. So this one, how am I getting? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're doing the APP here, but you've got the 50. I see. Okay. All right. So this is at his 100%. His numbers or his colors are different than mine. That's what was throwing me there. Okay. So let me get an APP on here so I can recognize the colors. Okay. So here's the length of the A projected from, this is the B, right? We don't progress the trend. We don't take out any of those highs. So this, it almost doesn't matter how you label it. All right. What do we do here? Consolidate. We go sideways, and then we break out of it here. So 1 to the good, nice detail, James. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks. Are we done there? Well, let's take a look there. So we'd be truncating here. Technically, it's double bottom. A, B. Yeah, we can get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we got a good 4 here. I'd take that up a degree. Let's go up to micro. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're right at the 100, right at the C, contender for the 2. Boy, all we need, and it looks like that was technical, we just need a nice little pump here to get this thing started. Now, it's a long way back. That's a long climb out of there. Well, we can just look at that. Sure looks technical. So what do we get there? Front run? Did they work it off of this? Or this? Looks like that's it. That's what they used. Oh, here, just working off. I'm using that last little. Well, here's your order block, right? The last up before we swing. Oh, shit, maybe use that. Either one of those. So 50 to the tick. Now that's. Well, it might be even easier to do it this way. All right, so what we got to come out of here. We're at a 2 hour. It's too soon. Even your little short-term moving averages, but boy, is that juicy. So what's the, we got any, oh, yeah. Well, of course, you'd like to see the RSI turn. You'd like to see the MACD start to at least close the gap. And you'd like, I think that's Stoke RSI, start to see that start to climb. But what you'd like to see and what it's doing are two different things. So I'd be waiting here. That's okay. Good start, right? Here are the technical. Well, shit. You could really bring this down to here. I mean, that's as technical as you can get here as a good candidate for that low. Well, that's juicy. All right. Now, and we know it's very low risk because the invalidation point is very close by. So is that enough? Well, fuck. I don't know, James. Maybe. What's the lowest low in there? I mean, you could take a nibble at it, but boy, that's not much of a 1, 2, maybe. I'm already down to the 15. I might want that to see that shape up a little bit more. Here's the next hurdle you got to get through. Let's go back to that 60. I like it. Boy, I'm tempted to go add. Okay, so let's say it is 1, 2, right? So we're going to hit something up here. That would be the 618 for, can I get that? You know, all of this is going to be resistance. That might get you your 1. All right, now bring it back. Now I'm adding. Well, now I'm definitely adding if we get that. That's the one you want, James, right? So I'm going to watch this with you. Let's get that 5 to come out of there. Partly because this thing has been a bit disappointing on every time we thought we had the low. It rolled over again. All the potential is there, so it's just a matter of when, my view, not if. And then I would tee this up, my usual thing. All right, trying to get that right there. Kind of get a 1, 2, 3 out of that. I like that, right? So, but here's the safer trade is right here. That's for right now. Careful about the FOMO, right? If this starts to go, remember it's got to do a 1, 2 to get out of here, right? So do you need the 1, 2 at the lowest degree? Well, James is an experienced trader. He might be able to navigate that. But if you're just on here looking, say, hey, I hadn't looked at the graph before. Boy, you got a good setup. But the more conservative approach here, what's the difference here from 0.60 to 0.65? Really? I wouldn't sweat that. Let it confirm for you, right? The market will talk to you if you listen. Because put all of this aside, and I talk about this a lot. If they can't get this thing to roll, right? The people that have been short through all of this, right? So if it comes up here a little bit and we start to come down here immediately, right? The next thing that they're after are those stops, right? So if they can get them, the thought is that that's fuel. And it's been a bit of a disappointment. A couple of times we thought we had the low in, so I'd want that confirm before I added any more. Right, I've got not a huge piece, but enough. I mean, here's the obvious, right? First, can we break the most recent low? I mean, prior to this low. So I definitely have this on your radar. God, this is a potential monster. Okay, let me keep moving here. I tend to go too long if I lose track of. I need Monty tapping me on the shoulder. Okay, so what do I got next? I got back to back from James M. I'm moving away from the mic because I'm looking at a different monitor. I'm usually got the discard on my left. Let's leave that. And we're going bottom right. What are we looking at? Oh, Bitcoin? We're doing Bitcoin? We're doing Bitcoin, James? Yeah, let's look at it. My count hasn't changed since Friday. But, oh shit, why not? Let's look at Bitcoin on the 30. It's not like we can't do it. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay, there we go. Okay, technical close. All right, so, well, that's pretty sneaky getting a diag out of there. But he's right. That's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. I always like to extend these out, see what they run into. Right, this is right. So the reason to do that is because the market loves to do shit like this. Test it. What happens, right? We're going to test it again. It'll test it from below, which is why, when I see like, oh, the market seems to be responding there, I keep it on the chart because I want to see. Now, this one, I don't think you'd have to worry about this one, but maybe, right, if we keep going. Okay, so we can get a leading diag out of this. A, B, triangle B into the C. That's nice work, right? This takes time, a little experience to recognize what you have there. W. How are we getting that done? We're going to go W. W. WXY. Well, that's pretty sexy. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we're going to go into the X here. So we're doing it this way, right? It's a little hard to see if you don't spot it, right? You got to kind of follow his count. So there's the correction, right? So it is a big 3. He's just done the detail. He's put the effort in to label it. Can it be done? That's what you're trying to ask yourself. Can I do that without too much of a force fit? Okay, 1, 2, right? We got plenty of room here because this is all rejection wick. Now 1, 2. That's a bummer. Okay, so my guess is you posted this before we broke that low. Would be my guess, James. So, what are we doing with it now? So we just killed the possible 1, 2. Right, so we can just take that off. All right, so can't be a 1, 2. So we could have a, fuck, I want to go WXY, but let's see how we're doing here. How we look technically. Down here on the 50, I see what you're doing there. I'm just going to take that off for a sec. All right, let's bring you back down here. Okay, so looks like we get a diag in here, James. If I'm not mistaken, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? I think we can. So we got to. So I'm just going to relay. So we're still searching for the 2. So it looks like we can go A. Fuck. Can we get a B in that? I gotta disassemble this because it's been invalidated. That's gotta go. Oh shit! All this has to go. Oh man, it was such nice work. Well, that's actually a good example, right? Look at all the detail he put into that, right? And all of it was qualified, right? Market doesn't cooperate. So what I hope you see from that is having done all of that, like this all looks, hey, this works, right? You're very creative, the kind of analysis most people won't think of, right? So already when you're like, oh fuck, nobody else is going to get this. Yeah, I can hear that in the ticking in the back of your head, and then it invalidates. Right now, so hopefully the lesson here is, depending on whether you were trading aggressively with leverage or you're down here on the 30-minute. You just got to accept it, right? So you thought you had it, you get stopped out, right? So next trade. Now that doesn't mean you abandon. Well, shit, it's Bitcoin, right? So you're of course you're going to stay with this and say, okay, what else could it be? What else could it be? I guess that stays. So we could do. Let's just label it up here. Let's go. Let's think we can go A. That's iffy. I know it. B, maybe into the C. So could we get this thing to finish this way? Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to use this. So here's the A. That's a bit of a push. All right. So what are you going to do? A, B, C. I guess you would have to do it that way. So you can get the 3 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like that's already got a 5 in. Well, let's see. Let's think for a second. God damn it. Unless that's okay. Let's label this up. I'm going to go to a 15. I think you got something here, James. Actually. Okay. Fuck. Can we get that done there? It looks like you might. Well, let's do the inside. The inside one looks pretty clean. Like we're doing this. I don't know that wick, but that looks like the inside impulse that's done. So is it 1, 2, 3, A? Let's label it. So this would be 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna just post it up there. Oh fuck! Here, let's go. Okay, can we do that? I don't love that, but you got to start with something. I guess we're going to do that. So 1, 2 looks like 3, 4, 5. Looks like that's still rolling. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, because I don't have anything else yet. Oh, what do I want? I want sub. Let's put that in green. 1, 2. So if I was trading this, I'd want to see how that looks. And it's a 50. Okay, so I have an algo target down here. I don't like the 1, 2 with the 1. That's about where I'd leave it. Okay, so let's think about where that leaves us. This is actually, that may not be bad, right? So if it's, so look what we're doing here. So if it's leading diag, then kind of a wishy, you're gonna have to do it this way as the B. Where does that put us? At the golden zone. Why not? All right, so the first question, why can't that work? I think it can, right? So this is a little wonky, but I think you got that. I think you're onto something here. Okay, so if we have to do it that way, and I'll just take these off since now we're back into, this is all wick down here. We're out of log scale, so I like to do these. All right, so I'm just going to go up to, so here's the range that we're in. So one more push down. Well, so here's what you're looking for. Something like this. Push outside of the two standard deviations and then the snapback. So you can see the potential for that right here. If this count holds down to the golden zone. Now, we don't have to wonder if an algo is going to kick there. Not that it couldn't break, but you could anticipate the reaction there. So you'd have a perfect 1, 2. And say I hate that, right? So on short term, so what are we looking for there? Well, there's the first target. That's not going to be your 3, right? That's going to be all much higher. For short-term traders, that looks pretty solid. I don't know what's not to like there. ABC, and looking for that 5. So one more drive down. Oh, let me look at it up here. No, I don't have it. I thought I had it streaming up there. Oh, I guess the last piece of this would be, if this is the A, come here, hang on. A, look where the 100 is, right? Right next to the 65. Boy, if that comes in, well, of course, what's the first thing you do, right? So how do we increase the probabilities here, right? So if you get that, now remember the key here, it's 80% odds as long as that pivot holds, right? So a lot of times if it gets up here, people think, oh, guaranteed winner. I know I got 80% odds. Well, you do have 80% odds, but contingent on that pivot holding, right? So if it does this, here's where people get frustrated, right? If it does this, you're like, oh, fuck that 80%. That's bullshit. Well, slow down, right? So it's eventually you have to get the pivot, right? So if I get it here, now does that kill the Elliott count? No. Do I get 80% here, even though I had 80% here? Remember, 80 is not 100. Oh, 20% happened, right? I've got that same 80 here, right? So it's eventually, right, when you get the pivot, once it starts to go, and then as is, thanks to Andrew's genius in recognizing this, if it doesn't get there, it's speaking to us just as loudly as if it does. All right, so the 80% is very much in play, right? It doesn't matter. It's just, we're trying to add into it an Elliott count. Well, could this be the 2 down here, right? If I get that, well, of course, right? As long as we don't invalidate here, we could go 1, 2, a deeper 2. Hey, we broke the 100. We're going to the 786 and the 127. Same 80% down here once it kicks. Failure to get there, bad news for Bitcoin, right? So, but if it gets there, okay, now what do we do, right? So you just kind of look at this and go, would that make sense? Would that make sense for us to come all the way back that far? Would that kill the longer term count that I've been kind of showing you guys for, this is still very much in play? Nope, right? Wouldn't kill it at all. This could just all be part of a bigger shit, or maybe the triangle's going in here. So that heads up down here. Bitcoin bulls. Or even Deegans that go long, short, don't care, right? When you approach a section like this, you're more acutely looking for a buy than a sell. I just instinctively, right? It's been going down. So I start looking for, well, I'm a counter trader. I'm always trading retracements. So swing, did it in 5. Here's the retracement. What are we thinking of next? It's just a question of where do we get that turn? Here or something lower, right? It's all still good until we get here. Not good anymore. But that's pretty sexy. Okay, thanks for adding that, James. Nice add. We don't usually look at Bitcoin, but I hadn't actually seen that count. Good, well done. Okay, so now we got Bitcoin covered. Let's go to what do I got next? I got Hibby Boy. Oh, BNB. I haven't looked at this in a while. Well, Hibby Boy, right up there in solid improvement. I mean, he was pretty good when he got here, but he's gotten better and better because he posts a lot, right? So I can see him getting better. Oh, shit. Are you giving me Bitcoin too? Oh, no, you're giving me BNB. Oh, pardon me. So it's BNB to the dollar tether. Okay, so here we go. All right, we're not in log, which makes me think we should be in log. Yes, we should. Right, so it's, if you're in log in Bitcoin, you're certainly in log here. So here's the COVID low. I think this is a cleaner count, actually, than Bitcoin count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like that. All right, triangle into the 4. That's nice work, Hibby Boy. We're on a 6. Oh, shit. Do I just have the copy? Yeah, this is it. Okay, so 1, 2. Where do we go on the 2? Oh, it looks like a little break, although I would just take it back 1. Now you're in, because that's what the algo is going to do, right? It's going to use all 3 of these. If the first 2 break, right, you don't get the trend change until it breaks the bottom one. So triangle 4, it looks solid. 1, 2. Now you're in. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. That looks like a 5, doesn't it? So, there's a 3. So you'd have to do. Fuck, don't want to do Y there. God, that looks like if that weren't a 3, that's a beautiful 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So working backwards, you got to do this as an ABC. Oh fuck. Well. It doesn't matter, right? See, you got to look at this and say, okay, based on where we are, does it matter? Probably not. What came off of that? 1, 2, 3. Can we get that done? So ending diag to get that done. Okay, I'm with you. That looks like A, B, C into the 4, up for the 1. A. Oh, that's close enough for me. All right, so we get we're doing it. What are you thinking there? Looks like you finished with the 3. So, Hibby Boy, I'd just change it to a WXY, right? So, again, doesn't matter here, right? Probably not, right? So, but just to be consistent, right? Because it's a 3 that finishes. I don't think you can finish that any other way, right? So you got to work backwards from that. Okay, it's not a 5. So what else? Can I do the WXY? You can, right? So there's the nice, right? That looks like James' work here. Nice work into a leading diag. Right, all the chop in a diag is the market struggling to change the trend. Can they do it here? Well, they're getting threatened, so I'm guessing, yeah, he's already got it. So it looks like what a just perfectly timed example here. So he had the golden corner here, right? But it's broken now. Does he lose the 80%? Nope. It's whenever we get the pivot here. So but you had it. It was perfect, right? Look, you got all this structure to play off of, or it's right into a golden zone. Not there, right? It's not going to kick every time. So this algo has broken. So let's take this one off. It doesn't kill the idea that it's a 1-2. It just means we got to bring this down a little bit lower, right? So the trade setup comes down. Still, these are all rejection wicks. So to come down here, that could do it. It's not a great finish. Let's go down to a 1 hour. Let's see if we can get that done. Well, that looks like it's a 3, so it looks like it's a WXY again. X. Can we get a 5 in there? I don't think we can. And it doesn't look like it would be long enough. Of course, I'm in log, but yeah, it would. Let's take it out of log here, so no difference. Yeah, I'm thinking WXY right there. So because it's a 3, so let's just play with that. Now, that kind of fucks us up, right? Because do we really have a 3 there? Looks like that's working on a 5. I want to get a diag in there. Actually, maybe I do it this way. So it's A, B, C. Wait a second. Can I get that? I might be able to get here. This is called analyzing on the fly. If I can go 3, 4, I can go A, B, C. So I can go A, B, C, because it looks like this is finishing with a 5. So the little internal, you'd have to work it as an expanded. Right? So you'd get an A, a B, and a C here. Sub that, put it in. There you go. That could work a little bit better. So I can get the A in here. I can get a cleaner 3, but that looks like it's on its way to finishing with a 5, doesn't it? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down here. All right, so the implication would be we get a new low down here for the 2 at this degree. So I'd be sure paying attention to that. Can I finish here with a nice clean impulse just out of curiosity, right? I'm always curious how technical they're trading. How do we look here? Pretty good, right? For the 3 here, just a touch past it into the 4. So all right, you guys know what I would do next. All right, now that's for a 2, not a 4. So I'd put it in here. All right, candidate. You might want a little more in that, so you get a little ABC-ish. Shit, do we even get? Oh, you might have it, right? So A, B, C, something like that. Oh, structure is structure, right? Market will react to it. Into the 4 at the 50, so I get an algo target if it goes that far. Monday's low. That's what I think is going on there. So this becomes, oh shit, I had your entries on it. Oh, let's go back to an hourly. So I would just take this down a little bit. Not much. Wouldn't give it that much. Well, this will be a clear target. If they break here, this will be the target. Bears will go after that, so I might shift that down a little bit. This will be where that'll be the target, right? If they can break this, or so that what that sets up, if they can't get it, if we get this, because if they get here, they're hammering to try and get that. If they can't get it, they got to cover. So the 1, 2, right? It's not bad. I'd be looking down here, 513. If you get a clean finish there. That looks good. Nice, Ibby boy. Very well done. I think all I did was just accommodate the fact that it looks like you posted it prior to some of the selling this morning. Well, here's of course, this would also be the invalidation point. So you'd have to pay close attention. All right. So the 1, the 2, what creates the 3, right? It's the bears are always pushing to break the low. That's why you get such a big thrust out of that. You'd be after. From here, you're after that, right? So now you're going for the center line of that 3, 4. Nice. Now let's back that all the way back. Would you give me a 6 hour? Let's see how that plays. Let's do that again. So what are we really talking about? A 1, 2, 1, 2. Wow, that's pretty bullish. Unless we roll over here, I mean, okay, so you can see the potential for this to do something. Oh, fuck, how would we do it? I'd probably truncate here. Do something like that, right? You can kind of see the threat of that. Or it's just that. It's a threat. No, come here. Let's go to an 8. Oh, here, let's get this on. How would that treat the broader count? Right, so bring it in down here. So that's what I'd be watching for. You know, something if it breaks out of this, and then you just got a big 3. So if it's going down that hard, that means Bitcoin's heading down towards the same structure, which is 2830K, right? So if this is heading down here, if Bitcoin's doing that, you could see how it could drag BNB down with it. So then you'd be very, same idea we're talking about in Bitcoin, just sideways consolidation until we get out of this. Then it doesn't kill the bull count. But that's what I would do. I would have a bull and a bear count side by side. I'd have this as the 4 potentially still going in over here, and I'd have to spend some time with the count. Whether this is corrective coming down into the low here, right? So if you put that, put that all back together. So you look, okay, so what am I talking about? I've got short, sharp, just like Bitcoin, right? With very sharp sell-off in the C, and then to get to go sideways into the 4 before we go on would make perfect sense, right? Wouldn't kill the bull count. All those upper monster targets still very much in play. Oh, even you just use an easy one. Oh, come here. Length of the 1 projected from the 4. If we got it at 38, now you're talking about 1900, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't bet against it. Just out of curiosity, do we have? Whew. Look at that. That's often what the way to do it here is you do all the Elliott work, all the fib work, and then jump out and say, look at that big picture. Would that make sense? Would I like that there? Would I be a buyer there? Fuck yes. So right off the bat, I'd start alerting, all these levels here. Well, you'll know, right? So if this is coming down, Bitcoin's coming, everything's coming down. If that's going on, let's get this shit out of here. If you got that, that's the equivalent of Bitcoin at 30K, almost identical. And be a heads up. But I don't want to kill your 1-2-1-2 just yet. Just one, not yet. Right, but just be prepared. I say, well, if I'm wrong. So first question you always have to ask yourself, let's assume I'm wrong. So how else could I look at that? How's a bear going to look at that, right? You got to imagine who's on the other side of your trade. What are they thinking? Don't assume that they're complete morons all the time. It's good work. Good work. Okay, so let me keep moving here. What do I got? I guess we got so many new guys. It's great to see. How do I say that? Montserrat. Oh, I'm gonna call it Mani because I can't get that pronunciation. Okay. So it's because we have members from all over the world, and every now and then I see something I literally don't know how to pronounce it. Montserrat. Montserrat. You gave me an image. Yeah, it looks like you did. Shit.
It's just a chart, looks like, but
is it a chart?
It's just an image. Picture, but.
Oh, okay. Well, we can work with this. So what is this? IOTA. Let me. Oh fuck here. Oh fuck. Well, 1, 2, 3.
We got so many new members. I need to create a video on how to what we expect.
Isn't it? It's pinned in this channel, isn't it?
It is, but
yeah, they miss it if you don't look up, if you don't know to look for it.
Yeah, I can do a video. Yeah, I had planned on doing one, but
yeah, probably take you 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh shit! Should I just do it on? Where's one that I don't have to copy? Oh, here, I'll just do it this way. Okay, so let's do IOTA here. Was it to the tether? Is that what he gave me? On PHEMEX to the USD. Okay, so let's do that. On PHEMEX. You don't hear about PHEMEX like you used to. Oh shit, where'd it go? What am I doing wrong here? This is on PHEMEX, IOTA.
Let me look. Sorry, I looked away.
I can do it on something else. He's got it on PHEMEX, and then I don't see PHEMEX.
He's on Bitfinex, but it's IOT USD.
Oh, not an A.
No,
my bad.
No, they've got different. They don't have the A on it.
Isn't there? Oh, that's right. That's there. Okay, so let me bring back to what he's thinking. So we in log scale here. Let's Let me bring this over here. Let's get it in. Well, just given what it's done here, right, you can just look at it and say, well, that's probably the range. Okay, so he's thinking 1, 2, 3, the 4 is in. Nope, he's still working on the 4. Okay, so, well, that looks pretty reasonable. At that degree, though. COVID low. Okay, that's interesting. 1, 2. Okay, I'm with you. I'd label it the same. Now this looks like, yeah, I see you're thinking here. Oh, whoops, that's got to go over here. It looks like 5 into a classic. All right, this is a classic. Fuck you to the Bears. Oh, double bar, then it comes out here. So it looks like that's a clean 5. So that looks like that's A. Now, yeah, it looks like that could be done. Right up to that structure. Looks pretty good. Just out of curiosity, what did we do here? Golden zone. I should be surprised. All right, we're in the pocket there, but actually it looks like the golden zone's what's kicking is the other side, and that would be. Well, that looks like 3, but that looks like that's a 50 or a golden zone on it. Oh, did it break? Yeah, it looks like it broke. Yeah, we got a break there. I'm right on that. Little stop run would be my guess. All right, so both sides broke, so that looks pretty good as a. Can we get 5 in there? Oh, well, I'm on the daily, so I probably can. There's the A. There's the B. 1, 2. Well, so you'd have to truncate it that way. Let's go to a 4. 1, 2. Oh, that's a bitch. All right, so already you'd be thinking something more complex, which is 1, 2. Let's see. Oh, I think I'd do it this way just at first glance. Can I get them? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, hang on. Does that overlap? Can I get a 5 in here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it does. So, God, that's a pain in the ass. Well, there's your classic example. So you'd have to do, I don't know why that looks so skinny to me. Well, it looks like you're going to have to do it as a, so you got to rethink it. It's like this is going WX. God damn it, I can't get a 5 in there. Well, that sure looks like a 3. God, could it be this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we do a 5, 3, 5? I don't love the truncate. You might have to. Boy, that's. Really, that's kind of defying a clean count here. That's good. Although you could stick with that A, B, but that is a. That's not the start. So I don't think you have an impulse here. It's not the start you want. So let's go back out a little more time here. What could be going on here? We're trying to get this down. You could probably do this as a WXY. But right now I don't think there's nothing here yet. So what this is sideways fuckery. Right there. Right around this. There's no, when the market's doing that, I wait for, because this is a crapshoot. Okay, so we've got structure here. If you kind of even just pull them up like this, right? You're just kind of in a box. So just looking at that, you might anticipate that's going to come down again, but it's starting to blow up some of the structure here a little bit because the length of the Oh shit, I guess you're gonna have to do it here. The 4 is getting too detached, right? So this is kind of the problem I've had with Bitcoin, right? It's just getting too detached. Really, what you wanted was you wanted this, right? You wanted this thing to go here is the trade you wanted. Right? Then you have a clean impulse. So this makes me think we're on the wrong track here. Let's take a look here. Oh fuck! Here, hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, there's no way around this, right? This is clearly an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's a clear 1, 2. Just this, what you probably have to do it as an expanded, right, like that. So that's there, right? We can't eliminate that. That's there, particularly this part of it. Now, do we have to do this a little bit differently here? Yeah, this is a tricky one. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put the 4 over here. It's too detached. So even, oh, this is going to be a little fucked up here because it's log scale. No, it's not going to let me do it. I have to do it with trend lines. Right? What are we doing here? We're going to do a diag. Nope, doesn't work, right? So we'd have to have the overlap. So we're, can't say I love the way this is playing. Let's say you went W. We could probably do an ABC in there. Let's rethink this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say we can get done here. If we get done here, do I really have an impulse there? Well, it's kind of squirrely looking. This would have to be the 4, that the 5. If that's the 4, so of the 2, I like this better. So you're still looking for this down here. It kind of looks like a diag. There is the thought that you want 1, 2, 3, 4. Because fuck, hang on. So the 1 has to be here. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1. All right. So let's label it. So it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how you have to do that. That's the only way you can get that done because there's a 5 in there. So that's your 2. Now is that, boy, can you get a 1 in that? I don't think so. So I see the thinking there that that's the 2. This, you got to live with that. What am I missing here? Let's go back. Let's go out to the daily. I feel like there's more history I'm missing, but maybe not. No, this fucks us up here already, so can't be that. All right, so it would have to be A, B, C, or pardon me, A, B, C into the. That's how you'd have to do it. A, B, C. You're going to truncate that C, which I do reluctantly. I want that to be 1, 2, but I can't say I love that 1. I don't even think you can get her done, can you? Oh, that's a daily. Oh, if I get stuck here, I'll do what I usually do, which is just give me some more time with this rather than try to do it on the fly here. Boy, that's a tough start. That looks like 1, 2 there. Let's see if it's long enough. I'm going to take it out of log. Boy, that's tough. How are you going to get 5 in there? Which makes me think that's an ABC. Oh, I can't say I like this. So this looks like an ABC. This looks like ABC. All right. So what are the alternates here? Could we have a diag going in here? 1, 2. I'd say I love that. Well, let's try a 6 hour. Well, I guess I don't have a 6 hour. Let's do an 8. To tell you the truth, I'd be on hold here. It's just too many. Could be maybe. You got to do it in log. I'd want more. I need market's got to give me a little bit more here. This is you come down here. Okay, maybe it's. Boy, I'd hate to put the 4 here. I really would hate that. It just looks completely disconnected from all of this. Yeah, so I'd be in a. There's no trade here as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't. And then down here it would get pretty interesting. Oh, fuck, come here. All of this, right before you went into that low volume node, but I really want to trade it as I want the 4 to be in, but it's not allowing it. WX. So if it's going to do it, right? This is what I'd be kind of forecasting there. But I hate how they get so disconnected. I got to say that would make me hesitate as to pushing something here. Well, I guess the last thing you'd look at is here. Right now, what happens is we come down to the structure. Remember, we had a little break here, so bears have the advantage in terms of the algo play. Get that right on that pivot. If this is the 2, let's get it right on it. So it's being tested right now, and here's where the algo is going to fire. So what happens here? If this starts to go up again, fuck. I don't see a clean way to get this done because this is still so much a 3. This is what I see right here. Right, so that's a 3. Now, could this be something more bearish? I don't think so. I'd be on hold here. There's too many things to trade. I wouldn't chase this. If Manasurash, if you're in this, you're kind of in a hurry up and wait. You don't have. I mean, Elliott's not always going to be obvious, right? It's not there yet, and this is too. Right, this looks like a 3. This looks like a 3. This, you're right. What is it? Can't tell. So I'd be on hold here. So I don't want to spend any more time here because there's just not enough here to dig any deeper. You got to just hold here and wait and let the market give you some more of the story. Too iffy for me. All right, let me keep moving because that'll frustrate me. If I can find something better with that, I'll post it. Okay, here's one I just looked at recently. I think I still have this up. No, maybe not. Let's see. This is Frayed 57 with Avalanche, I think. Okay, hang on a sec. There we go. I know I may have been one left over from last week. So my guess is we looked at this and it's invalidated or the count has changed. I know he's been all over this. Okay, we're looking at the 1 hour. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so let's pull back and look at it. Oh, I got all sorts of cool stuff here. Oh, I got some fib time. Let's auto that. You're not in log. I'm going to guess you want to be in log. Let's see. Did you give it to me in log? No, you didn't. Nope. Okay, so we'll stay out of log. Although I think that's going to be harder to... All right, it's easier to work with. Okay, so coming off of the... So we're going to do 1, 2. At the largest degree. Oh, okay. So here's. So we're hitting here. So we hit post-COVID. Interesting. So, well, we got to account for this. So we got to put the big one on, right? 3, 4, 5. Let's call that intermediate. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this is bold, going 1, 2, right? That's getting very bullish. But my guess is he can do it. Okay, so let me just hide some of this so we can see the chart. Entry somewhere around here, depending on the reaction. Okay, I like your thinking. So 1, 2, well, looks like we're stuck with that. With the overlap, your next thought would be 1, 2, because that looks like he's dug out an impulse there. So Yeah, let's look, so if I can draw, I know it's a little hard to see, but look like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got it. He's got it. That's not too wonky. A, B, C. Well, it starts to break down a little bit here. Okay, so I'm going to push this off. You see, that looks solid into the X. Let me just get that in green here. Okay, so shallow X, but it works. There's a three-legged X. 1, 2, 3. So we're doing. Okay, so we got to do an ABC in there to get that to finish. So here's the ABC of the X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diag into the. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so we're going to go ABC. So this just didn't get a label. So this needs an A. A, B. Looking for the C down here. A. Some pretty meaty bars. Okay, let's try a 2-hour here. And I'm just going to hide that. All right, so he's going for the weekly support here at the 786. This is the WX. So we're doing an ABC. Looks like that's a 50. Oh, it's a golden zone. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, not the 618. All right, splits the golden zone. Here's the target. So we're working on 3. If we get that, I see the thinking here. This looks all pretty good, pretty darn good. Leading diag. A. B. Technical. Perfect. Now he's forecasting here. I wouldn't do that yet. I'd wait till I get the pivot. So put that back, but I'd hide that. Once you get it, then I understand you're doing it here just to demonstrate them. That would be your next move. Okay, do I get a technical pivot? Let's get some median lines on it so I get some targets. So what he's suggesting here is let this finish, right? Let it finish. We get a pivot here. Wait for the reaction. Is that really what he's saying? Right. So entry after we get the reaction. So you're anticipating it down here, that you're going to get some sort of reaction, and as it comes out of here, if you get a 5, right, could be a diag. If you get a 5, there's the trade, right? You're looking for that 3 to come out of there. Yeah, this looks kind of triangle-ish, but I don't know that it would matter. Oh, I suppose you could do this. Oh, let's see. The alternate, I guess you could have an ABC here. So you could have a zigzag if that comes down here, because this looks like there might be a triangle in here. We'll see. Maybe not. Might not be able to do it. No, either way, it looks 4-ish or B-ish, right? So I like that A. So you get a second leading diag in here into the B, into the C. So I would keep this. It looks quite good as a primary. I don't see an alt that I like. An alternative, an alt count that I like any better. This looks quite good. So you're not trying to pick the turn. You're waiting to see, do I get the reaction? That now anticipate where are you likely to bump your head? You know, where's the structure likely to show up? Okay, so reasonable to anticipate some of these prior support zones here. You're going to get some resistance. You can just do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to probably hit my head here. Not guaranteed, right? You kind of say, oh shit, I could do it up here. Maybe we get a big one. All right, but we're on a 2-hour here, so something smaller. I think he gave me a longer term view on it. So what are we after? So the next thing up, right? It's got to clear all the algo resistant. Oh, he's got. So he doesn't have an algo on here, so we'd be after this into the 3, probably something closer like that. So here's what he's after to come out of that. Oh, since we're out of log, all right, I like these. Kind of keep that, all overthrows. Yep, but we stay. Watch that center line. You come down here, I'd be interested. But this is and you might get the classic retest from above. All right, we get that. Oh, geez, you can just kind of see, oh boy, wouldn't that be sexy right there? This spot where you're likely to bump it. So, boy, that sure looks good. That's good, great work. Well, I would have this on your radar because the potential here is massive. Right, everybody loves this project as well, understandably. So even if it's 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So it looks a little better in log, which I think you'd have to look at it. From $2 to 140, what did we get here? 150. You gotta look. You gotta at least look at it in log. 1, 2. No, it's not gonna be 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's very bullish. That's good. Looks good. No, it fucks up them. That's the problem with log. It fucks up your regression channel. So you're definitely even further, right? Bring this over. That's the support zone, but I like the fact that he's not trying to just blindly buy it. Let's see the reaction, take the first retrace, and off you go. Great work. Great work. All right, Freight 57. I'd expect nothing less from you. Very well done. Okay, so let me keep going here. How are we doing on time? Oh, shit. All right, let me keep going. Anything we don't get, we'll cover tomorrow. Pizza Man, what are you thinking? AM3D. Okay, when they give me two, I never know which one to choose. Is the top one the image, the bottom one the chart? Yep, I choose the wrong one. So what did you give me? That's the bottom one. There's the working one. AM3D. Okay. Ooh. Yikes. All right, I got to get some context here. What are we doing here? So this is German 3D printing. Well, just right off the bat, this is certainly not impulsive. What are you doing out here? Let me get a little bigger picture here. Whoa, swoop. Very swoopy. Oh, so you added something. That's interesting. What did you add? I'm guessing you added the 200. All right, so he's got his Vegas wave, and it looks like he added the 200 to split the 169 to 233. Well, just kind of looking at that, I just see consolidation, which sure fits with the volume profile. What are we thinking? We're done here. We got a 1. So the 5 is done to give us the 1 off of this low. 1, 2. Why do I have oh, that's 100%. I got it. Okay, so all right, that looks good. So we'd have, is this labeled here? Let me hide that for a sec. Okay, so what are we calling this? An ABC. Yeah, because that looks like 5. That looks like 3. That's kind of a push. So, all right, let's go with it. W. Okay, so we're going W. Then we're going to go ABC into a W, ABC into an X, ABC into a Y. So I'm going to raise that up a degree or two. That's probably too big. Okay, so there's a candidate for an X via the WXY. That's pretty sexy. Okay, so what are we doing here? Now we're going to go, he's projecting, is that a retrace? I'm not sure what you're thinking there. Let me hide that. Okay. So I like, this is interesting what you're doing with the channels. Not sure I follow exactly your methodology here and what you're doing with these, but I kind of like it. So what are we doing here? Fuck, how do I get these? Looks like you're just doing the range. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so you're just using the 1, 2 in the range here. Okay, so well, fuck. At the end of the day, this is just corrective, right? So where we started when we first brought it up. I remember how you get here. This is all very corrective. Now, from the low, oh shit, I get you guys stuff here. All right, so 50 to the tick. Interesting. So the implication seems to be that we're done. So we got 50 to the tick. So the first little pop off of that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I like that. Looks, now are we done there? Here, let me get this off. 1, 2, looks pretty good. So it looks like he's ready to buy it right now. Oh shit, it's hard for me when it's you guys here. Hang on. Okay, so let me get that to the side. So there's the 1 working on the 2, right? So here we sit in the prime zone to be a buyer. Right, it's noted here. So a little nibble here. Looks like the first bite of, so he's doing this in, well, you got a couple of big swings here. So one for the initial algo target, right? So that's well done. All right, then looking for if we go 1, 2, well, this would be 3, 4, 5 of the 1. Well, that's all. Well, here's I might reconsider. Whoops, some of this. Okay, so let me just clean some of this up. Well, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, so you're using 2 targets. Well, okay, so think about this. If this goes 1, 2, and we get the 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's just assume we get it. Okay, so you got a nice trade on your hands. Now, are you holding on the anticipation here? Well, the thinking being that there's the larger algo. Oh shit, that thing's a pain if you overlap. The thinking being there's a larger algo here that's got a target off of that 50. But with the 1, 2 in, it seems like you're not going to get there in a straight. Like we'd be, well, you don't know, right? But the lower probability would be that you're going to get there with enough. You'd be counting on an extension in one of the degrees, right? So we're either going to extension 3 of the 5. If you get right here, okay, now you can anticipate some resistance. So that's a lot, right? To swing for it that much there. If you hit that 5 at that structure, I don't know that I would stick around here, because I'd be anticipating that that's the logical place where you're going to hit that. You're going to hit resistance. Oh, you'd be vulnerable to a liquidity grab up there, where they pop it up here, grab it, and then they grab liquidity and then bring it down. So, if I was playing this, I'd do it a little bit differently. I might take. So that would be my first target, but I would be teed up and ready to roll if I get the second retrace, right? So anticipating, okay, I'm going to get some resistance there. If I did this, then I would do it this way. With this one with bigger upside, because if this is 1, 2 and this is 1, 2, well, shit, you're not aiming high enough, really. Whereas the target for the 3 at that degree is way up here, right? So you get 1 to put some money in your pocket, right, off of the small 1, 2. If you got that, if you got the 1. But if you want to swing for the fence, I wouldn't anticipate it off the 1. This is the big one you want. What do you got there? It's 20 to 1. You want it off of the 2, of the 3 of the. So you're going 1, 2, 1. You want this one. That's the big ball right here. Right? That's the bigger one. So I hope you follow me there. I would do whatever size you had in mind here, but I wouldn't be targeting beyond that pivot just yet. Right? And now if you get the extension here, if you get a big 3, maybe you get something more than that's typical, right? If it's 1, 2, maybe you get a big 3, right? Now you're up here, run some stops down for the 4. Now, different story, but don't. You want to be careful about saying, well, man, if I get a really ripping 3 or if I get a shallow 2, that'll work out just perfectly. In terms of laying out a roadmap, anticipate what's most common. All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like that'd be a good 1. I can see, obviously, there's going to be resistance up there. Bears are going to fight you there. Retail will be buying there, right? So it's very vulnerable to shenanigans up there. This is the one I'd wait for. But I'm not saying don't take that one. I'd just say maybe not aim so high on that first one. And so everything goes, there's 12 to 1. You can be sad about that. This one at 20 to 1. I'm going to guess not. All right, good setup for anyone looking for trads. It's nice Pizza Man. I think Pizza Man's in Europe, as a matter of fact. That might explain why he's looking at something. German 3D printing. I think Pizza Man's in Europe. I think I asked him that once before. Okay, let me keep going. So I've got, what do I got? Twitter? How are we doing on time? Want to try and get one
You're
more?
okay. Yeah. So go ahead and do Twitter, and then James has got Ethereum, but he's got a bunch of different things. So
Okay.
let's start with Twitter, and then I'll come back.
Okay. If it's really deep, I might hold that for tomorrow. So let me go through it so I don't do it on the fly. Okay. What do we got here? We got Twitter. Well, I just got earnings here, and the market reacted to that. This is Pizza Man as well. That's right. Okay, so I got 2 from Pizza. I was saying this looks very much like the last one. Well, we got to pull out a little bit. COVID low leads to an impulse. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get it. WXY. Well, that looks pretty damn good. Let's go out to the daily here. So what I gotta see? What are we doing here? This is coming from. Okay. So this is just looks like it's just a trend line off of this. Okay, I kind of like it. Okay, so look at the intersection here of this trend line, this upsloping channel where he's just tying these two here. AB. So it looks like oh shit, he's trying to get on it right now. Okay, so 1, 2. So the ABC is in here at the Y at this massive confluence point. That's nice work. All right, so we get all that done here, and oh shit, I mean, just look at it like this. That would make sense. Are we done there? ABC, so that's going to be 127, 138, I'm thinking. Oh, fuck here. Come here. Let's, no, that's a retrace. So what are you thinking here? Retrace. I'm not sure what you're doing there. Okay, so let me try it. Sometimes it's hard for me. I'm using their stuff. Okay. Oh, that's fuck. Okay. Duh. Okay. Golden zone. All right. So that's pretty remarkable, actually. Now that we look at, now I can follow what he's doing. All right. So here's the ABC into the 50. Right. This is very, very, very common that you'll see this. The first reaction, the 50 won't get to target. If the 50 doesn't get to target, right, expect that 618 to get a test. So there. Oh, I see. So additionally, what he's got here is the length of the W projected from the X. Here's 100% of it, right, to add to that confluence. Holy shit, this is a beauty setup. Nice, Pizza Man. This looks good. So did we get done here? Wow, that's pretty remarkable. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. You'd have to use it. Well, talk about a low-risk entry here. Boy, you could buy the underlying, buy some calls here. But you want to buy some with time, right? So most people, if they go to the options, they buy them short-term because they look at the cost of something with 120 days and they back off. Which is why 90% of options expire worthless because people don't want to buy the time because it costs too much. Well, here's the play. We've got a candidate here for. We hit the golden zone. Now here's a little bit of a test from above. So the thinking would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets you out of there. Or here would be the logical place. You'd run into some resistance here, prior support. Right, just nothing fancy, just the usual estimate here as to what you're likely going to run into. So one thought is here. Take, it's just like the last one, right? Take the initial 1 because you nailed the turn. Well, you got the turn in the first retrace. So take that first impulse. Now, when it gets here, assuming, right, we don't know what path it takes, but are you prepared to give back 50% of it? Because that's essentially what you're saying. Okay, I'm good. I made some money there, but I'm willing to give back 50% of it. Now, of course, there's no certainty. It could, mean, it could do this, right? There's no certainty as to what you get out of there, but what you'd anticipate is, again, why anticipate abnormal, right? Go with typical. When you're forecasting, right? Now, if you get something else, oh, okay, well, hey, whoa, I got a big extension in the 1. What is that likely to do to my projections for 3 and 5? Well, I got a big extension in the 3. What is that, right? So look at the 1 to the 3. That can influence your thinking about what's coming into the 5. Well, even here, just the downsloping trend line, right? This one would be pretty much in your face for the initial 5. So I'd probably do it like this. All right, I'd take a piece of it there, and then I'd look right happy with that. So what do you get there? 7 to 8 to 1. Give me give me a little retrace, and then I'd go again. Right now, that's the one I'd go for there, because then you can put it in context and say, oh, I got that nice. I got just right. That's what I'd be after, the 1, the 2. Now, in doing that, of course, the risk is that this doesn't come. Well, shit, the initial risk is that doesn't come. But I always, when I get here, if I bought it down here, it was 43, and we get to 62, 63, well, there's a couple of things that you could do. Right now, if you're long Twitter, you could sell out of the money calls as a hedge for this. If you get the 2, right, you're still long, you're going to get the decay in the premium, so you could bank some additional profit here. So you get profit on the long, you sell some calls up here, covered calls, right, so there's no threat. The worst case is they get called away. And if they do, well, you're still long Twitter. You're just locking in the sell price, but you keep the premium from the options you sold. Now it comes down here. You get a retrace. You come back to structure here. Now, do you want to go options again? Or you want to go back to Twitter or back to buying the underlying? Well, so you'd close out the calls, right? Don't overstay calls. That's the biggest mistake people make, right? They sell it and they say, oh, fuck, they won't, nothing will happen. They're fine. Let them expire. And then that comes and now you're double fucked. So now you got to worry about that. Here, now, if you're really aggressive, what you would do here is we come down here because we can do this with something like Twitter. You could sell out of the money puts, right? Maybe a put spread here, right? So a covered put spread here. So you took the long Twitter. You sold calls anticipating the 2. You took the time decay here. You're still long Twitter. Now, if you want a Texas hedge here, you sell some out of the money under the golden zone, sell a put spread here to give it a little more kick. Now you get that. You're still long Twitter. You made money here. You made money here on the time decay there. You're still long Twitter. You're just using all the tools that are available to you. All right, now, of course, you can complicate things with options, right? The risk is because you can always do something, right? You can tangle yourself up there. I've done it before. Right, so I don't want to be cavalier about that. But that is, those are additional, no other way to say it. Those are additional options available to you. Of course, then in here, right, you'd get that. Right, you're looking for that. Lots of things you could do there, right? Something like Twitter, we have so much liquidity in the options, you can play around on the outsides of that. So you're getting it coming and going. All right, let me keep moving. That's great work, Pizza Man. Really nice, boy. That juicy. Heads up, guys. If you're looking in trads, that's not coincidental. Okay, how we doing? 130. Oh man, there's that mouse elbow. Should I tackle ETH?
That's up to you. He updated a little bit. So he's got 2 different counts. Bottom left is his primary, and then top right. I mean,
okay, let's take it.
We just hit a pretty important area on Bitcoin, or at least coming up to it. So
from when we just last looked at it.
Well, I mean,
here's mine.
I've got it in certain areas here, right around in 55 or 45. So maybe ETH can give some clarity if you want to look at it.
Look at ETH.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're testing that wick. These are just Keltner channels, nothing fancy, and order blocks. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's do ETH and then we'll wrap it there. All right. Sam, I have 2 different counts. Bottom left is primary. Okay, my primary last move was a diag. Bottom left. Okay, let's take a look. So bottom left. I can't tell. Okay, so let's go back over here. ETH. Oh shit, I gotta copy this. All right, James, what are we thinking here? Oh, did I grab the right one? I don't think I grabbed the right one. Oh fuck, I got Twitter here, so I grabbed something wrong. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, let me try again. Maybe it's the top one. Copy. Oh fuck. Bottom left. Copy link. Why don't I have that? Okay, there it is. Okay, so we're going to do bottom left. This is primary on a 3. Oh, God. I got to copy this. Okay, what are we thinking here? I got a bit of spaghetti to unravel there. Okay, so, holy shit. All right, let's make this so I can see. Okay, now, of course, this is all so much easier when it's your own. I'm just going to hide that, James. Okay, so where are we? On a 3 hour. Well, I kind of agree with you here. Okay, so we get, so the premise here, it looks a bit differently, although it could end up going the same route. The premise here is that, well, here, let's go back to a daily. Would be 3 is in. This is, pardon me, 3 is in, 4 is in, and we're working on the 5, right? So that's the premise we're working from. Now, can we make that work with what we're being given here? So one, oh, that's it. That's much, right? This is much cleaner count than Bitcoin, where this was a bit of a push. You had to fuck with it to get a 1-2 there, and you had to do it as WXY. In my view, right? So other people are counting it differently. 1, 2, 3, classic 4, 5. So the 1-2, beautiful zigzag, looks perfect. Okay, so then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's a tough finish, but he gets it done, right? So we get an ending diag to get that done. 2, all right. So we're coming down. Well, an expanding diag wouldn't be what you'd hope for. But let's go with it. Let's go down to a 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. All right, so now this, what are we doing here? So we're doing 3. Let me just change that color here for a sec. Let's go green so I can make sense of it. Okay, so there's onto the 4. Well, the liquidation wick is kind of distorts things, but well, it looks like that's a 786. It looks like not quite. We are not in log. This now is your resistance. This was the resistance, got checked here. So we're going to finish with an ABC. Looks like we're in the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all starting to look pretty good. Okay, so I like this now a little more than I've worked with it. ABC, right? It's kind of process of elimination. Here's a 5 into the A, 3 into the B, here 5 into the C. So that's an ABC, no matter how you slice it. So this, right? You'd rather not have your 4 go that far, but there it is. A, B. My guess is he's already done this, right? So there's the, oh fuck, right? So we're just tapping it, or so this algo is getting paid. Look, no, right into the Vegas wave. Little push through. Note over here, right? So remember, no random pivots. Into a B, 1, 2, that looks pretty solid. Looks like, oh, what do you think, James? Could we be done there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that wouldn't super shock me. So here's the reaction at the target, right? So the algo's got to cover, so that's buys. Well, it doesn't have to cover, right? It might go second target, but likely there's a little profit taking goes on there. Now you're all in wick over here. You know, the only downside is you got this big leading diagonal right where you want an ending diag. You know, sometimes that's just what the market gives you, right? So I think this is, well, so right off the bat, because of that, you'd start thinking, is there an alternate here that I'm not considering? Well, I don't see one off the top of my head, although I know you had a whole bunch of median line work on here, but I might just do that as well. Let me get my, so I can understand it. Okay, so coming up to that. Oh, you got to do this. It's a pain in the butt, but you got to get these right on. Those look pretty good because you can see here, you would want to do this here as we're approaching the median line. So I'm going to take that out. So double bottom there into the C. And let's just, oh, so now we're having fine-tuned it, you see now we're past the median line. But now if we're going to go down, right, where would you, trading principle number 3, if we're not going to pivot on the median line like we did here for the A, where it was a well, okay, so a couple of things going on here. Good example here, this looks like a 786, right? So once you get, well, that's shit even further than that. So I got to go platinum here. We're going platinum. Okay, got an 887 here. So eventually, you're like, oh, fuck. Once you get it, right? Now, once it starts to move away, here was the tell, right? Can't get back, right? They're trying to get to the stops that are there. Look, right? Can't get there. I promise you there's people buying there to get those stops, They can't get it. Down it goes. So the 80% was here, has been realized. Now, the only reason to keep it here now is just for additional framing of the market. So if it's not going to pivot here, oh, all this, you might look for that, right? We came down here and tapped into that, or it was rejected. ABC on the pivot. So, oh, this is his, right? All right, so if we're going to get this down here. All right, what are we missing? This has already been hit. Looks like that's going towards the golden zone down here, which is, that's his, I think, right? Yeah, that's. So here's what's teeing up. It's coming down here. If we're gonna go, if this 3 still got legs, a kick back to the median line would be typical, coming right into the golden zone. So actually, you could do this this way. All right. So if we come down here, ABC of the 2. So the whole thing is just a big 3. All right, that's really what we're talking about. God, what's not to like there? That looks pretty good. What's not to like? Nothing. Boy, heads up on that. If we get that, that's pretty sexy, right? I like it, James. So 1, 2. So off of the 4 here, 1, 2. This is bullish. Holy shit, is this bullish? 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, okay, let's put that in context. So really, what are we talking about here? We're trying to do the 5th, right? So the here, come here. So off the COVID low, right? So if this is 1, 2, right? So this is we're talking about some big bad bulls here. If it's 1, 2, and if that's the 3, and the 4 is in here, and we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, man, we're getting crazy bullish. Crazy bullish. Now, Could Ethereum go crazy bullish? Yeah, sure could. I'm just, what else? What else? Right? What else are we not seeing here? Looks like, well, we're not there yet. So, I don't want that. Do it this way. Well, let's dig in there. Already through that side. All right, we've already got that target. This is what we're after here. Well, that's on the low and still coming. So something's got to turn it. Just because we're oversold, that's not enough to do it. So you're going to need a reaction here. It's going to be interesting to see if we get it. 1, 2 of the, so the, holy shit. So if the 4 is in, this is the 1, 2 of the 5th, and this is the 1, 2 of the 3rd of the 5th, meaning this is so fucking bullish. Holy shit. Okay, think about that. And this is just for the 5. 1, 2. Okay, so we're looking for this. Oh, this is pretty crazy. We're looking for this 3 up here at 7 grand. Oh, that's not going to get us there. So this is the 2. Actually, that could be even higher. 3. Oh, those are too fucking big. Hang on. All right, there we go. We're talking big numbers here for Ethereum. If that's going to play that way, 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we far enough? Oh God, I think we might be. For that to eliminate as a, no, as an expanded B. All right, so again, assume you're wrong, right? Oh, that's just too much, right? Could that be a 3 of a B, and we're heading down? Oh, that might be more like an expanded flat, right? So you might, something like this, which is kind of what we're talking about in Bitcoin. What's the alternate, right? That's always something you have to ask yourself all the time. First, assume I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, what is it that I'm seeing that's leading me? Because 1, 2, 1, 2, we're talking about, oh shit. I mean, we've seen 30, 40, 50K projections for ETH. I mean, certainly it's got the potential to do it. Still think you gotta look at this in log. Now it looks a little different here. Now you look at it this way. Okay, so fuck here. So if it's, let's put the whole thing together. If that's 1, 2, 4, 5 here, right? Give me that. Come here. 3, 4. Probably put that in something different. White. Okay. Could this be what's going on here? We're still seeking that 4, much like Bitcoin, with lack of balance. Short, sharp, sideways. I wouldn't ignore this possibility. It's still bullish as hell. I know nobody's watching this thinks, oh, fuck, no way. No way we're breaking 2 grand again. No way. That'd never happen. Careful about that thinking. You sure can't see how that could play. Well, shit, where would we be? Right at the 23. Just something to, a little whisper in your ear. Don't assume always we're going off to the moon. We could stall here. Right, all this regulatory. What are we doing with regulation? Right, everybody's fucking up in arms. We don't know how well, at least in the U.S., how they're going to resolve all this. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest. Shit's probably just like Bitcoin, got the same. Yeah, you'd have to put some runners on that. Oh, let's get a 2 on that. Does that get it? 175. That gets it. Back to the median line. Don't be shocked. That's pretty damn close. You sure could see how that could play. 1, 2. Coming down for the 3, and then off we go. I know nobody likes to think of that. All right, secondary, you'd want some volume profile on here. I'm surprised we don't have it here. Well, now you want to be out of log, but that's going to fuck us up so much. I wouldn't count that out. Not yet. Right, which is a common problem, right? If people get, you're so bullish, you're so certain it's just going to go. Everything you read, it's just a matter of time. Markets give reluctantly, right? So that relentless bullish, it's only going up, we're only going to go higher, is how you get yourself in trouble. Then you're pushing the long side too hard because you're so convinced it's always going up. So you have a little more leverage on the longs. You don't consider the bull count, or pardon me, the bear count. So this isn't even on your radar. And before you know it, something like this can get the market can get away from you because you hadn't even considered. Oh, could that be? Could we be really coming down to $2,000 here? Show me a reason why not. All right, let me wrap it there because my shoulder's killing me. Okay, just a reminder. So anyone who's watching, I know the majority of people watch this after we're done. You'll catch that little PHEMEX playback. So any of you guys interested in doing that, I would encourage you to do that. There's been great. Well, Monte Crypto runs it, and they've had great success with it. And you'll see his approach, which is different than mine, right? It's same foundation, but he's got his own unique style. So with that, I guess we'll wrap it here, and we'll be back tomorrow. So I know there's some of you guys that missed. We didn't get to all of them, but if I do all of them every day, these will be 4 or 5 hours. We try and keep them to 2-ish. What are we at now? A little over 2-ish. Shit. Yeah, 2.5. Okay, let's wrap there. And you good? Everything? You good, Monty? We got everything done?
Yeah, let me double check, make sure we didn't get any requests. Nope, yep, we're good. No donations, so we're good.
Okay, guys. All right, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll get to anything we didn't get to today, and I'm sure there'll be some new things posted based on how the market's responding today.